Hey guys, and welcome to my video review of Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Crosscut. Now, Crosscut is one of the more obscure Generation 1 Autobots. There's never been a whole lot of focus on him, like at least in the major public eye. I think he's a pretty cool character. He's more of a politician and negotiating type than the fighter, though that's not to say he's a bad fighter. All around pretty cool character. He was featured in the IDW comics a bit as of late. Very minor roles, but a cool character all around, I think. And this is a remold of Generations Skids. I do not have Skids with me to actually compare him to, because Skids is very hard to find, and I have yet to get my hands on Skids. But I'm glad I found this guy and got my hands on him, because this is a good mold, and I hope that Skids is good as well if I ever do get my hands on him. But this review is about Crosscut, so let's talk about him. He has these weapons, black gun, plastic, no paint apps or anything, and then the smaller one. Set those off to the side for now, we'll focus on those later. The vehicle mode, it rolls, does all that kind of stuff. And he kind of got the treatment because he's not a heavy remold. He's just a very slight retool, actually, of Skids. He gets the updated paint apps. So he has the yellow headlights. He has the nice shiny red there. It's not chrome, but it's shiny red. It looks good on the grill. Black, red Autobot logo. Blue, very slightly translucent windshield and windows. Black stripe there. Silver on the hubcaps. Both red and yellow on the tail lights, black there on the just above the rear bumper. You can kind of see the tailpipes right there as well. Very nice. I like this vehicle mode. It's small, it's compact, but cool. A little bit of size comparison. Here he is next to Generations Bumblebee. This is your typical deluxe class sized car. He's a little bit shorter, but a little bit wider than Bumblebee. So pretty much your decent, average size deluxe class figure crosscut here. So that is pretty much it to the vehicle mode, though. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the transformation. So to transform this guy, the first thing I like to do is just unpeg the doors and bring them up. Next, I take the legs and just kind of bring them back, unpeg the feet, flip the toes down, unpeg the foot, bring the toe down, and then you bring this back, if you can, there we go. You unpeg it, and then this rotates like so. Rotate it up, just like that. Flip the foot around, flip the foot around. Okay, and then you're done with the legs for now, so then you come up here to the arms, and all you have to do is pull out the pretty much the tires, front tires. Just pull them out, just like so. Then you can get in here and rotate this down. That reveals his like shoulder missiles. Pull them down on both sides, just like so. Bring the arm down, and then it's just like one click. It's just kind of angled oddly. You just straighten it out, just like so. And then you come up here to the hood, and you bring it down, flip it up. You can see his head in there now. And all you do for that is push it, rotate it through, and click it into place. And there you've got that. And then if you want, you can come in here, do that, and you can see the shoulder guns flip forwards. Just do that, and then you kind of just fold this down, collapse it into the chest, and it pegs right into place. If I can, there we go. Just kind of like, come on, get into place. Then you take this back piece and you just flip it up, and then you rotate the waist around like that, and now you have his legs facing the right way. I bring these one click forwards. Actually, one or two, either one works. Let's do two. Make sure the toes are flipped down all the way. There we go. And then you kind of just straighten him out. Here on the back, you can take the windshield and bring it down, just like that. And then you can rotate these door panels up like that, and then take these guns from underneath his arms, spread them out, and there you've got Crosscut in his robot mode. And man, do I really like this robot mode. It's nice. I have a feeling I probably like it more in skids, but this is still just excellent. A lot of weapons, the shoulder weapons right there, the cannons, the actual shoulder like missile launchers is what it looks like. The forearm guns, just this guy's decked out. He looks great. And just one thing I like about this figure in general is he's gray. There aren't many gray Autobots. Most of the time they're a really bright color, whether it's yellow or more commonly red, blue, or green. Just I like the gray. It's a nice change of pace for an Autobot. And it's not just dull gray, because he has this nice shiny red in there. He's got the yellow here and there, the black. Just, it's a good looking figure. He really is. And if you remember from earlier, he does have these weapons. He has this bigger gun, some decent detailing in there. Full focus. There it goes. Decent detailing there. And then he also has the smaller one. Right, oh, come on. Smaller one as well. And you can combine the two. It just pegs right to the back of the larger one, like that. Both handles facing the same direction. And you can take it, and you can just put it in either hand. Or you can hold them separately. I like giving him the one bigger one, and then I'll probably, when I get skids, give him the two separate guns. Just to kind of give them a little bit of variation besides just the head mold, because that's the only real thing besides the colors that was changed was the head mold. And I'll get to that in a second. But first, let's get some size comparison. Here he is next to Generations Thundercracker, one of the classic Seeker molds. He's pretty much in scale with Thundercracker. He's just a tiny bit taller in the head, just a tiny bit. But overall, your typical Deluxe Class figure, just like his vehicle mode, normal size. So yeah, good size to him, good heft to him. He feels sturdy. He feels really sturdy. He has really good joints. He's not really hollow or anything anywhere. He doesn't have any hollow legs. It's just everything's filled in, and I like it. It's good, really good. But speaking of solid joints, let's go ahead and look at the articulation. The legs can go forwards and backwards, out and in, rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee. Ratchet joint, really, really sturdy. I love ratchet joints. They provide for some good posability. In the ankle, it goes side to side, kind of it's on a ball joint in there, so you can move it, rotate it, do lots of stuff with it. Good posability in the feet, and his feet are big. It's not like clown shoes big, but they're very big, so he's sturdy, very sturdy. You can get some cool poses with him and his legs. His arms, his shoulders are on like very closed off ball joints, so he can move them around and rotate them and stuff like that. They can't go out too far, but you can move them around. Elbow is on a ball joint, so you can rotate it, bend it, all that stuff. And there is nothing in the wrist. But then the head can look side to side, look up and down. It's on a ball joint. And then also the waist can rotate, as you saw in the transformation. And that's it for articulation. So yeah, definitely can get some cool poses with this guy, and I like that. That will really carry over well with skids as well. I keep mentioning skids, but that's only because I don't have that figure yet. And I imagine he's a lot like this guy in terms of poses. And I really like skids. I mean, this guy's cool too, but I like the character skids more. So I can't wait to get that version of the toy. But enough about skids. Let's focus a bit on Crosscut again. In fact, let's focus on him up close. Ooh. So as you can see here, Crosscut has some pretty good detailing. I like the head sculpt. He's got some nice yellow eyes, the red on his ears and the side of his face, the same shiny red on the shoulders with the yellow there, the red Autobot logo, and then the yellow headlights again. I like these cannons. They're pretty cool. You can move them back if you want, but I kind of like having them out. So yeah, here on the forearms, it's got those nice little cannons there. I like the shiny red there on the waist. The really shiny red just looks nice. I like it. It's not shiny like chrome, because I'm not a huge fan of chrome on figures unless they're vintage G1 figures or like reissues of G1 figures, not updated versions of them. But the shiny, actually, I really like it. I didn't think I would, but I do. He has the red on the hands as well, as you can see there. and just some of the little details in the legs, and then the big red feet. They kind of look like clown shoes, but not quite that big. So if they were a little bit bigger, he'd look like a clown, but instead he just looks like a really cool Autobot. Overall, this is a really good figure. I like Crosscut more than I anticipated, and that's something I'm always happy with, is when I like a figure more than I expected to. So I would highly recommend picking this guy up if you see him, if you get a chance. I know as of right now, filming this review, he's not very common in stores. He's kind of has the whole skid syndrome where he's kind of hard to find, at least right now. Maybe that will change in the future, and I sure hope it does, because he's a great figure, and you're missing out if you don't pick up at least some version of this mold, whether it's skids or crosscut. But yeah, cool figure, pretty cool character. I'm glad to see a toy of him being made. And yeah, that's really it for this review. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Deluxe Class Crosscut, and I will see you guys in my next review.